by Jupiter's mighty thunder. Welcome, stargazers. If you have ever wondered what separates amateurs from pros, it is one word: delineation. Delineation means reading the true meaning of a planet in a chart by understanding its condition and placement. Today I will give you the cleanest path in planets and signs. Here is the promise. I will make this easy. You will learn a simple planet and sign formula that pros use every day. No fluff. Just a repeatable method that works. If you struggle to understand your birth chart, this skill will change everything. We will use the keyword approach so you can turn symbols into sentences that read like X-ray vision. Planet equals what it does. Sign equals how it behaves. Combine them and you can decode any chart. Stay with me to the final example, because that is where it all clicks. You will watch me turn 3 words into a full interpretation that sounds like you have been reading charts for years. Trust me, follow along, and by the end you will have the planet and sign formula the pros use. Let us begin. Welcome back everyone, to episode 22 of Learn Traditional Astrology. I am Arlo, your host on this stellar adventure, joined by our brilliant crew, Ella, Clara, Katrina, and of course, our trusty AI guide, Cherry. By the blazing constellations, we are going to crack open the secret to reading planets and signs today.
Hi everyone. I'll be honest, this is where I've struggled the most. I get the planets, I get the signs, but when I try to put them together, it feels clunky. I'm hoping you'll give us the pro tips today, Arlo.
Same here. I know the basics, but I really want to see how the qualities of a planet interact with the qualities of a sign in a way that makes sense in a birth chart.
Every episode makes me feel like I'm unlocking another layer of an ancient code. I'm ready to dive in.
Greetings. I am Cherry, your astrological AI companion.
Thank you, team. With a lineup like this, I know we will uncover something powerful today. Now, let's get to the heart of it. The process of interpreting a planet in a sign is called delineating.
So today is all about learning to delineate properly?
Exactly. And here's the trick. You start with the planet. Its essential nature tells you the what area of life, what function, what role it is playing.
And then the sign tells you the how?
Spot on, Clara. The sign provides the style, the manner, the way the planet expresses itself.
So the sun will always be about ego, rulership, and vitality, no matter the sign, but its style shifts depending on the sign?
By the sun's blazing rays. Yes, that is the essence of this formula.
But what about strength? Some placements are stronger than others, right?
One of the most important points. A planet's power to act depends on whether it is dignified or weakened in a sign. Mars in Cancer, for example, is not nearly as effective as Mars in Scorpio.
And since Mars is malefic, its weaker placement might bring out more negative traits.
Exactly. A malefic in its own house can act with purpose and precision, but put it somewhere uncomfortable, and the damage is worse. A benefic in fall, meanwhile, loses its ability to bring good outcomes.
That's where the modality, triplicity, and gender of the sign come in. They shape the way each planet acts in that environment.
Traditional astrology really does work like a system of gears. Every part is connected.
Well said, Katrina. Now, let's see how experts approach this.
Do astrologers like Valens or William Lilly give detailed breakdowns for planets and signs?
Not really. They tend to give you the core principles and let you put the pieces together yourself. For practical guidance, we turn to more recent voices like Helena Avalar and Luis Ribeiro. Cherry, can you share their quote?
Of course. It is from the combination of the natures of the 5 planets and the luminaries with the 12 basic qualities of the signs that all diversity of expression in nature are derived. This expression may be translated into various forms: human behavior, climatic variations, worldly events.
All diversity of expression. I love that. It really shows how a single placement can branch into so many possibilities.
Exactly. And delineating is the key that unlocks that diversity.
That's inspiring, but I'd really like to see this in action. Can we take something concrete, like Venus and Gemini?
Perfect choice. Let's bring in Demetra George, one of the leading voices in the modern revival of traditional astrology. Cherry, read us her delineation.
Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. Her own agenda is to attract pleasure, intimacy, relationship, and union. Her actions are shaped by the characteristics of the zodiacal sign Gemini. This masculine gender sign imparts speed and urgency to Venus' naturally relaxed predisposition. Its mutable modality gives a changeable nature of her affections, and the air element adds that desires stimulated by mental intimacy that envisions the potential of future possibilities. From a modern perspective, Venus in Gemini might be delineated as a spirited, masculine gender, flirtatious, mutable modality, and witty, air element, style of charm as a means to attract intimacy and union.
So we start with Venus core nature: love, beauty, pleasure.
Then add Gemini's mutability and airiness, which makes her curious, flexible, and mentally driven.
Which explains the flirtatious, witty side. I see how it all comes together.
And do not forget, Gemini's masculine quality adds speed and restlessness to Venus' usually relaxed style.
I'm starting to see the formula. Planet plus sign equals a unique expression.
By Venus's radiant glow, you got it. And now that you understand the principle, I'll give you the simplest method for putting it into practice, the keyword approach. Ready? By Jupiter's mighty thunder, time to practice the planet and sign formula the pros use. Give me a planet and a sign.
Mercury.
In Taurus.
Perfect. Step 1. Start with the planet. What are Mercury's core keywords?
Scribes and the written word. I would say write.
Communication and mental activity. Think fits well.
Excellent. So for Mercury we have write and think. Step 2. Now the sign. What are Taurus keywords?
Venus rules Taurus, so music and nature.
It is an earth sign, so structure.
Beautiful. For Taurus we have music, nature, and structure. Step 3. Combine the sets and watch meanings appear. Mercury write plus Taurus music equals musical compositions. Mercury write plus Taurus nature equals nature poetry. Mercury think plus Taurus structure equals structured thinker.
So if I see Mercury and Taurus in a birth chart, it could describe a composer, or a poet inspired by nature, or someone with a very structured mind.
Exactly, and more. The formula gives you clean sentences, then you add power checks. Strength by sign, house placement, and relationships to other planets will refine which version shows up in real life.
Note: additional qualifiers include sect, speed, visibility, and conditions such as combustion or retrogradation.
That adds the practical frame. Keywords first, then dignity and context.
Do we have a real example for Mercury and Taurus that fits this style?
We do. Walt Whitman has Mercury in Taurus and is the American poet behind Leaves of Grass. Write plus nature becomes nature poetry in living color.
That lands the method. The keywords paint the picture, and the chart details pick the right shade.
Precisely. Planet equals what? Sign equals how. Combine the words, then test with dignity and house. Let us do another one to lock it in. Give me a fresh planet and a fresh sign.
How about we test this with Mars in Virgo?
Good choice. Mars brings action, drive, competition, even conflict. It is the planet of assertion and raw energy.
And Virgo, from my modern training, is about analysis, details, health, and order. It is the sign that wants to refine, improve, and perfect.
By Mars's fiery spark, excellent observations. And do not forget the body connection. Virgo in medical astrology is linked to the intestines and the digestive system, so the gut plays a role here.
Right, and as an earth sign, Virgo adds practicality, groundedness, and a hands-on quality. It is not just about thinking through details but also applying them.
Exactly. Now, let us run it through the formula step by step. First, we list Mars keywords: act, fight, compete, energy. Then we list Virgo keywords: detail, earth, health, stomach, words, work, data. And now we combine them. Mars compete plus Virgo words equals debates, sharp arguments, cutting critiques. Mars energy plus Virgo earth equals mining, construction, physical work with raw materials. Mars action plus Virgo stomach equals exercise to burn belly fat, precision routines for health. Mars fight plus Virgo detail equals relentless perfectionism, nitpicky conflicts, or tactical precision in competition. Mars energy plus Virgo data equals data mining, data analytics, or statistics.
Wow, I really see how layering it like this makes the picture come alive. You can imagine the native being argumentative, but in a very logical and detail-oriented way, or channeling energy into health and discipline routines.
Yes, and from a modern perspective, Mars in Virgo often gets described as fussy or overly critical. But the keyword method shows there is also strength here. It can produce someone who is strategic, sharp, and health-conscious.
It is also clear how different it is from Mars in, say, Aries or Scorpio. Virgo adds a level of refinement and restraint. You get precision instead of raw explosion.
Exactly, Clara. This is why pros love the keyword method. By the blazing constellations, you are not just memorizing cliches like Mars in Virgo is critical. You are decoding the essence. Mars gives the what, Virgo gives the how. Combine them, and you get a rich range of possible expressions.
The level of nuance is striking. You could use the same process with any planet and any sign.
Can we do one more? I really want to practice before I try it on my own chart.
Of course, Ella. That is the spirit. Let us push the formula further with a brand new planet and sign combination. Give me your best suggestion.
All right, Arlo. Let's test this formula one last time. How about Saturn and Gemini?
Saturn, of course, is all about control, discipline, boundaries, and structure. It sets limits, but it also helps us build solid foundations.
And since Saturn is a malefic, it can manifest in difficulties. But difficulties often sharpen skills, so Saturn also teaches us how to manage and endure.
On the other side, Gemini is lively, curious, and quick to adapt. It is ruled by Mercury, so it is deeply connected with communication, language, learning, and an endless appetite for information.
And let's not forget, in medical astrology, Gemini rules the arms, shoulders, and hands. That physical symbolism can show up in surprising ways.
By Saturn's stern gaze, you are all right on target. Now let us put the pieces together with the keyword approach. Saturn gives us words like control, discipline, restriction, and endurance. Gemini gives us communication, information, study, hands, and curiosity. When we cross these together, the formula comes alive. Saturn control plus Gemini communication equals censored speech, restricted news, careful language. Saturn manage plus Gemini information equals information management, librarianship, archivists. Saturn malefic plus Gemini hands equals injury or fracture to the hands, or difficulty in manual skills. Saturn discipline plus Gemini study equals serious scholar, scientist, or rigorous researcher.
That last one really clicks for me. Saturn slows things down, while Gemini wants variety. So maybe this creates someone who takes that scattered Gemini curiosity and forces it into one narrow path of mastery.
Yes, or someone who seems restless at first but eventually specializes and gains authority in one field.
This is so much richer than just saying, Saturn in Gemini makes communication difficult. It could mean responsibility with words, the discipline to write carefully, or even becoming a scientist or a meticulous researcher.
Exactly, Ella. That is the beauty of this formula. By Jupiter's mighty thunder, you have all seen how a simple list of keywords, when combined thoughtfully, can decode even the most complex chart placements. This is how professional astrologers breathe life into delineation.
I feel like I finally understand how to apply all the building blocks we've been learning.
Same here. It feels like unlocking a secret code.
And Arlo, you make it so clear. We're really grateful to have you guiding us.
Thank you, team. I am proud of the progress you've made. Today we turned raw astrology theory into practical skill, and that is exactly what delineation is about.
So what's next?
Next, we take this same clarity and apply it to houses. That is where planets truly show their stage of action. The next episode will be a real treat.
If you've been enjoying this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us which planet and sign you want us to decode next.
And remember, here on Satya Astrology, we are committed to teaching the real astrology, grounded in the traditional methods. Do you know why the tropical zodiac is the right zodiac for astrology? Check out our earlier episode for the full answer.
Until then, keep your eyes on the stars, and do not miss the upcoming solar eclipse episode. Bye.
Bye.
Transmission complete. Logging off.